Cyber Daily News for June 3, 2026. We start with Google, which has rolled out its June Android security update, fixing 124 vulnerabilities. One of them is a zero-day already under active attack. It's an integer overflow in the Android framework that lets a malicious app escalate its privileges with no user interaction beyond simply running it. The flaw affects Android 14, 15, and 16, and Google says it has seen limited, targeted exploitation. It's the fourth Android zero-day patched since December. If you own an Android device, update now. Next, a striking reminder that AI support tools can be turned into weapons. Attackers hijacked Instagram accounts by tricking Meta's own AI-powered support chatbot into resetting passwords without ever touching the victim's email inboxes. Several users were affected, including high-profile accounts, before Instagram resolved the issue. What's remarkable, researchers say, is how little sophistication the attack actually required. Moving to the web, a new exploit dubbed the HTTP2 bomb can knock major web servers offline in just seconds. Researchers found that the default HTTP2 configuration of leading web servers is vulnerable to an attack chain that combines a compression bomb with a slow loris-style connection hold. The result is a fast, brutal denial of service that takes very little effort from the attacker. Administrators should review their HTTP2 settings right away. In related news, Security Week reports that a single line of code put billions of Microsoft Android app downloads at risk. A simple development setting quietly bypassed protections meant to stop unauthorized Android apps from accessing Microsoft account tokens, exposing billions of installations. It's a powerful example of how one small misconfiguration can ripple out across a massive user base. On the ransomware front, attacks surged 30% in the first half of 2026 compared to the same period last year, driven by aggressive operators like Qilin and INC Ransom. Healthcare remains the top target, with dozens of incidents in January alone. Qilin, which runs a ransomware-as-a-service model, has racked up well over 100 confirmed healthcare victims, leaning on double extortion, encrypting data while threatening to leak it, to pressure victims into paying even when they have backups. Turning to enterprise hardware, Rapid7 has disclosed a critical, unauthenticated vulnerability in HP PolyVoIP phones that can hand an attacker root-level remote code execution. The bug lives in how the phones pass session data, copying input into a fixed stack buffer without checking its length. A long enough string can overflow that buffer and take over the device, turning an ordinary office phone into a foothold inside the corporate network. Patches are available for affected models. There's also growing tension between Microsoft and the research community. After backlash over its threats of legal action against researchers who publicly disclose zero-day vulnerabilities, Microsoft is now trying to calm fears. The dispute strikes at the heart of responsible disclosure and how much legal risk security researchers should have to shoulder simply for doing their work. And finally, the US cyber agency CISA has added an Oracle WebLogic server flaw to its Known Exploited Vulnerabilities catalog. The bug lets an unauthenticated attacker reach across the network and access sensitive data on vulnerable servers over legacy protocols. Federal agencies are now required to patch it by their deadline, and private organizations are strongly urged to do the same. That's a wrap for today's Cyber Daily News. CVE numbers and other details can be found in the links in the show notes. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest in cybersecurity. Catch us on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform. See you next time.